Welcome back to Sleepy English Academy. Today, we'll be learning English through audio listening. So, get comfortable and close your eyes.
Once upon a time, in a cozy little house, lived a tiny firefly named Flick. Unlike other fireflies who zipped and zagged all night long, Flick preferred to cuddle up in a bed of soft moss and dream. He dreamt of sparkling waterfalls made of moonlight, fluffy clouds that tasted like cotton candy, and friendly spiders who spun webs of rainbow silk. Every night, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Flick would snuggle in, his tiny light glowing softly as he drifted off to dreamland. One night, a big storm rumbled outside. Rain lashed against the windows, and the wind howled like a lonely wolf. Flick, nestled in his bed of moss, felt a little scared. He wished he had someone to cuddle with and chase away the scary noises. Suddenly, a tiny voice squeaked, "Are you scared?" Flick peeked out from his moss and saw a baby cricket, shivering with fear. "A little," Flick admitted. "The storm is very loud." Flick, feeling brave, invited the cricket to cuddle with him. The cricket scurried closer, and together they huddled under the soft moss, Flick's little light casting a warm glow. As the storm raged outside, Flick told the cricket all about his wonderful dreams. The cricket listened with wide eyes, his fear melting away with each fantastical story. Soon, the storm began to fade, replaced by the gentle chirping of crickets. The cricket, feeling safe and cozy, yawned a big yawn. "Thank you, Flick," he chirped. "Your stories were even better than the storm outside." Flick smiled. He realized that even though he loved to dream, sharing his dreams with others made them even more special. Together, under the watchful eye of the moon, the tiny firefly and the baby cricket drifted off to sleep, dreaming of waterfalls, cotton candy clouds, and the beautiful sound of friendship. My dear listener, I am new to YouTube. Please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.
In a sunny jungle, lived Maya the monkey. Unlike other monkeys who loved to swing and eat berries, Maya dreamed of music. She wanted to make sounds that made leaves dance and animals sing. One day, a strong wind blew, showering colorful leaves down. Maya watched as they swirled and danced. Suddenly, an idea popped in her head. She carefully gathered the leaves and wove them together, making a special leaf harp. Maya practiced all day, plucking the leaves, each making a different sound. Some sounded soft like rain, some loud like a bird, and some deep like thunder. When the sun began to set, it was time for the jungle jamboree, a big party with music and dancing. Maya, a little scared, went to the party with her leaf harp. The animals saw her strange instrument and got quiet. But then, one by one, they smiled. The sounds of Maya's harp were new and exciting. Maya played, copying the sounds of the jungle, monkey chatters, jaguar roars, and stream gurgles. The animals loved it. They swayed and danced, copying the leaves in Maya's harp. The jungle jamboree became a party of new ideas and fun sounds. Maya, the dreaming monkey, had made something special with her imagination. News of Maya's leaf harp spread. Soon, other animals made their own instruments, log drums, bamboo flutes, and coconut maracas. The jungle echoed with joyful music, a mix of nature sounds and animal creations. Maya, no longer just a dreamer, became a star. She kept making new instruments and playing amazing music. The jungle, once filled with regular sounds, became a place of musical magic, all thanks to a curious monkey who dared to dream.
In a bustling coral reef, shimmering with every color imaginable, lived a young clownfish named Finny. Unlike other clownfish content with hiding amongst the swaying sea anemones, Finny dreamt of becoming an artist. He yearned to capture the vibrant colors of the reef, the playful dance of the fish, and the mesmerizing sway of the coral in breathtaking paintings. One balmy afternoon, as sunlight streamed through the crystal-clear water, Finny watched a school of vibrant blue tangs flitting through the coral like living sapphires. He longed to capture their movement, their joy, on a smooth seashell with the sharp edge of a broken clam. But alas, Finny was a clownfish, not an artist. He had no tools, no canvas, just a boundless imagination and a yearning for creation. Feeling discouraged, he retreated to the safety of his anemone home. Just then, a wise old sea turtle named Shelley, her shell covered in barnacles and stories, emerged from the shadows. Sensing Finny's dejection, she swam closer and asked, "What troubles you, little one?" Finny, hesitant at first, poured out his heart. He spoke of his dream, his lack of tools, and his fear of being different. Shelley listened patiently, her ancient eyes crinkling at the corners. "Finny," she said, her voice soft as the ocean current, "the greatest tools an artist needs are not found in seashells or clams. They lie within your heart, in your ability to see the world differently." Intrigued, Finny swam closer. Shelley pointed to the colorful reef surrounding them. "Look around you," she instructed. "What do you see?" Finny looked. He saw not just coral and fish, but swirling patterns of blue and green, shimmering scales that sparkled like jewels, and the graceful dance of fins against the current. A smile bloomed on Shelley's wrinkled face. "There, Finny," she declared. "Those are your tools. Your imagination is your brush, and the reef is your canvas. Now, paint." Inspired, Finny ventured out, his heart brimming with newfound confidence. He dipped his tail in a patch of bright orange coral dust, then used it to paint a dazzling sunset on a smooth clam shell. He used seaweed to paint flowing lines, mirroring the movement of a graceful seahorse. With each stroke, the reef came alive on his canvas. He captured the playful chase of a clownfish family, the shimmering scales of a passing butterfly fish, and the mesmerizing patterns of the coral itself. Soon, other fish gathered, mesmerized by Finny's artwork. They had never seen the reef quite like that, a breathtaking kaleidoscope of colors and shapes, captured with such joy and imagination. News of Finny's talent spread throughout the reef. Even the grumpy Murray eel, known for his scowls, emerged from his rocky cave, captivated by Finny's painting of a playful octopus. Finny, no longer just a dreamer, became an inspiration. He taught other fish to see the beauty of the reef in new ways, encouraging them to use their fins and tails to create their own masterpieces on smooth pebbles and empty shells. The once ordinary coral reef transformed into a vibrant art gallery. Schools of fish swam through, marveling at the artwork, their scales shimmering in the sunlight. Jokesters mimicked the playful scenes on the shells, and shy fish found their voices describing the beauty they saw in each creation. Finny, the little clownfish who dared to dream, became a symbol of the power of imagination and creativity. He proved that even in the vast ocean, the most magical creations could be born not from tools or technique, but from the boundless imagination of a curious little fish who saw the world in a burst of color. And so, the coral reef, once a silent haven of marine life, became a place where art thrived, a testament to the beauty that bloomed when one dared to paint their dreams onto the world.
The Curious Case of Captain Katie and the Disappearing Dreams. Katie, a bright-eyed girl with a mop of unruly brown hair, wasn't your typical 8-year-old. While other children chased butterflies and built sandcastles, Katie dreamt of faraway lands and fantastical creatures. Her favorite companion wasn't a teddy bear, but a well-worn copy of The Adventures of Captain Penelope. Captain Penelope, a fearless explorer with a map tattooed on her arm and a talking parrot perched on her shoulder, sparked a fire in Katie's imagination. Every bedtime story became a voyage across uncharted seas, every rainy afternoon an expedition into a hidden jungle. One morning, however, Katie woke with a heavy heart. Her dreams, usually vivid and fantastical, had vanished overnight. In their place lay a dull emptiness, a vast ocean with no wind to fill its sails. Worried, Katie confided in her grandmother, a woman with wrinkles like a road map and a twinkle in her eyes. Grandma, ever the adventurer, declared, "Perhaps your dreams have simply gotten lost at sea, my dear. We need a captain to navigate the uncharted waters of your mind and bring them back." Thus began Katie's extraordinary quest. Armed with a trusty flashlight for navigating the darkness and a worn copy of The Adventures of Captain Penelope for inspiration, Katie embarked on a journey through the labyrinthine corridors of her dreamscape. The first night, she found herself lost in a foggy forest, the path ahead shrouded in mist. Just when fear threatened to overwhelm her, a flash of blue and yellow caught her eye. It was Pip, Captain Penelope's loyal parrot. Pip, with his squawking voice and mischievous glint, became Katie's guide. Together, they braved treacherous landscapes. They scaled mountains of forgotten memories, swam through rivers of childhood laughter, and tiptoed through fields of daydreams. Along the way, they encountered peculiar creatures, shy whispers hiding behind bushes, forgotten jokes masquerading as grumpy trolls, and half-formed ideas flitting like fireflies. Finally, they reached a hidden cove, shrouded in a thick fog of forgetfulness. Nestled amongst the rocks, Katie found her dreams, tangled, dusty, and yearning to be remembered. With Pip's help, she carefully gathered them, each one a precious treasure. Emerging from the dreamscape, Katie awoke with a jolt, a newfound clarity washing over her. The dreams, once lost, were now vivid in her mind, a tale of a talking owl who lived in a clock tower, a race on the backs of giant snails, and a journey to a land made entirely of chocolate. Katie, now Captain Katie, the bravest explorer of her own dreams, continued her voyages every night. She documented her adventures in a journal, her drawings filled with the fantastical creatures and wondrous landscapes she encountered. News of Captain Katie's adventures spread. Children from all around, their own dreams sometimes flickering or faint, came to her for advice. Katie, ever the leader, shared her grandmother's wisdom, that dreams were like ships, and with a little courage and curiosity, anyone could navigate the uncharted waters of their own imagination. And so, a new generation of dream explorers set sail, their journeys guided by the tales of Captain Katie, the little girl who dared to venture into the unknown, bringing back not just her own dreams, but the magic of dreaming itself. Captain Katie's story became a testament to the power of imagination, a reminder that even the most hidden corners of our minds hold treasures waiting to be discovered.
The Mystery of the Missing Melody, a musical mishap in Melodyville. Nestled amongst rolling green hills and babbling brooks, lay the charming town of Melodyville. Unlike any other town, Melodyville pulsated with music. Every house hummed with a tune, every street echoed with a rhythm. Bakers whistled while kneading dough, shopkeepers sang as they stocked shelves, and children skipped to school, their laughter forming a joyful melody. In the heart of Melodyville lived a young girl named Lily, known for her infectious smile and her love for music. Unlike other children who played instruments or sang in choirs, Lily's music existed solely in her imagination. She dreamt in melodies, her mind overflowing with whimsical tunes waiting to be played. One sunny morning, a strange silence descended upon Melodyville. The usual cacophony of sounds had vanished, replaced by an unsettling quiet. Confused and worried, Lily rushed to the town square, where she found the townspeople gathered, their faces etched with concern. "The music is gone," cried the baker, his apron drooping like a deflated balloon. "Our melodies have vanished," wailed the shopkeeper, her once cheerful song replaced by a worried frown. The melody, the very essence of Melodyville, had inexplicably disappeared. The town council, a group of wise musicians known as the Harmonious Hearts, held an emergency meeting. After hours of deliberation, they came to a startling conclusion. A mischievous creature called the Melody Munch had stolen the town's music. Legend spoke of the Melody Munch, a tiny gremlin with insatiable ears who lived deep within the whispering woods. He roamed the land, devouring any melody that tickled his fancy. The Harmonious Hearts knew they had to act fast. Lily, her own dreams of music suddenly more important than ever, volunteered to join the rescue mission. Despite her lack of experience, her enthusiasm and love for music were contagious. The Harmonious Hearts, touched by her spirit, agreed. Together, they ventured into the Whispering Woods, a place of tangled branches and rustling leaves. The sunlight barely penetrated the dense foliage, casting an eerie green glow on the forest floor. Guided by the chirping of crickets and the occasional hoot of an owl, they followed a faint trail of musical notes etched into the bark of ancient trees. Their journey was fraught with challenges. They braved prickly bushes that played scratchy dissonances, navigated through fields of discordant bird calls, and outsmarted a grumpy troll who guarded a bridge with a riddle about rhythm. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, they reached a clearing bathed in an ethereal light. There, perched on a giant toadstool, sat the Melody Munch, his belly bulging with stolen tunes. He munched contentedly, a cacophony of melodies spilling out from his ears. The Harmonious Hearts launched into a beautiful song, a melody so powerful and harmonious that it resonated through the entire forest. The melody munch, overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the music, stopped munching and covered his ears. The stolen melodies, no longer held captive, began to float upwards, swirling and sparkling like fireflies. Lily, seizing the moment, leaped forward and scooped up as many melodies as she could in her outstretched arms. The harmonious hearts followed suit, their instruments humming with recovered tunes. Defeated and disoriented, the melody munch slunk back into the shadows. The stolen melodies, reunited with their rightful owners, filled the whispering woods with a joyful symphony. Lily and the harmonious hearts emerged from the forest, their hearts brimming with music. As they returned to Melodyville, with the town's melodies fluttering around them like a flock of birds, the air once again vibrated with the familiar sounds of a town in perfect harmony. Lily's courage and love for music not only saved the town's melodies, but also sparked a new appreciation for the power of music within each citizen. Melodyville, once a town filled with pre-existing tunes, now embraced the joy of creating new ones. Lily, inspired by her adventure, finally found the courage to share her own melodies, her dreams no longer just imagined but played for all to hear.
The Great Lamplight Race, a firefly's quest for illumination. In the heart of Firefly Valley, nestled amongst towering ferns and dew-kissed wildflowers, lived a young firefly named Flicker. Unlike other fireflies who contentedly blinked their steady lights, Flicker dreamt of more. He yearned for a brighter glow, a more dazzling display than his single, flickering spark. Every night, as the moon cast its silvery light upon the valley, Flicker would watch in awe as the fireflies performed their nightly ritual. They would rise in a shimmering cloud, their tiny lights creating a breathtaking display of synchronized blinking. But Flicker, unable to control his light's erratic flickering, remained grounded, a lonely observer rather than a participant. He yearned to join the mesmerizing dance, to contribute his light to the collective brilliance. One evening, as Flicker sat glumly amongst the ferns, a wise old firefly named Luna, her light a steady beacon in the darkness, landed beside him. Sensing his dejection, she asked, "Little one, why the long face?" Flicker poured out his heart, his voice barely a whisper. Luna listened patiently, her light twinkling with understanding. When he finished, she spoke, her voice as gentle as the rustling leaves. "Flicker," she said, "the true beauty of a firefly's light lies not in its brilliance, but in its uniqueness. Your flickering light holds a rhythm all its own, a story waiting to be told." Flicker wasn't convinced. He still yearned for a brighter, steadier light. Luna, seeing his determination, smiled. "There exists a legend," she began, "of a hidden cave guarded by the luminescent guardians. Inside lies the everlasting lamp, said to grant any firefly a constant, unwavering glow." A spark of hope ignited in Flicker's heart. Perhaps, just perhaps, the everlasting lamp held the key to his happiness. Bidding farewell to Luna, he embarked on a perilous journey towards the legendary cave. His trek led him through treacherous paths, across babbling brooks on lily pads that swayed precariously, through fields of glowing mushrooms that cast hypnotic illusions, and over moss-covered logs guarded by grumpy glowworms. Finally, After days of relentless pursuit, Flicker reached a towering cliff face. Carved into its side was a dark opening, the entrance to the hidden cave. Taking a deep breath, he plunged into the darkness. Inside, the cave was a labyrinth of twisting tunnels, lit only by the occasional bioluminescent fungus. Using his flickering light as a guide, he navigated the dark passages, facing challenges at every turn. He outsmarted a colony of skittering beetles who guarded a narrow passage, calmed a flock of panicked moths with a soothing hum, and deciphered riddles whispered by the cave walls themselves. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity, Flicker emerged into a vast cavern. In the center, bathed in an ethereal glow, stood the everlasting lamp, a magnificent orb pulsating with radiant light. Overjoyed, Flicker flew towards the lamp, ready to claim his prize. But as he neared it, a group of ethereal fireflies, their wings shimmering with iridescent colors, materialized before him. They were the luminescent guardians. "Why do you seek the everlasting lamp, little one?" their leader boomed, his voice echoing through the cavern. Flicker stammered, confessing his desire for a brighter, steadier light. The guardians listened patiently, their luminescence softening. Finally, the leader spoke again, his voice filled with wisdom. "True beauty lies not in uniformity," he explained, "but in the way each of us shines differently. Your flickering light adds its own unique rhythm to the symphony of the night. Embrace it, young one, and let it guide you." Flicker, humbled by the guardian's words, realized his mistake. He thanked them and turned to leave the cave. As he emerged back into the night, he no longer yearned for a constant glow. Instead, he embraced his flickering light, its rhythm a testament to his unique spirit. Returning to Firefly Valley, Flicker joined the nightly spectacle. His flickering light, no longer a source of shame, became a mesmerizing addition to the display. It captivated the other fireflies, a reminder that true beauty lay in embracing one's individuality. From then on, Flicker became a legend himself, a testament to the power of self-acceptance. He continued to dream big, but now his dreams were not about changing who he was, but about using his unique light to illuminate the world in his own spectacular way.
The Lost Library of Whispers. A story of forgotten dreams. In a bustling metropolis where skyscrapers scraped the clouds and neon signs cast a perpetual twilight, lived a curious girl named Anya. Unlike other children glued to their screens, Anya craved stories lost to the digital age, tales whispered on the wind and woven from forgotten dreams. One day, while exploring a dusty antique shop tucked away in a forgotten corner of the city, Anya stumbled upon a peculiar book. Its leather cover was worn smooth by time, and the inscription on the first page read, "The Lost Library of Whispers." Intrigued, Anya purchased the book for a handful of coins. Back home, Anya eagerly devoured the book. It wasn't filled with words, but with intricate swirls and symbols that seemed to dance under her fingertips. As she traced the patterns, a warmth spread through her, and whispers filled her ears, stories of fantastical creatures, forgotten lands, and brave heroes. The book, she realized, was a map, a guide to a hidden dimension, the Lost Library of Whispers. This library, according to the stories, housed the dreams of forgotten generations, a treasure trove of creativity and imagination. Anya, fueled by a thirst for adventure, decided to embark on a journey to find this forgotten realm. Following the cryptic clues embedded within the symbols, she performed a series of seemingly nonsensical tasks, balancing pebbles on the tip of her nose while reciting nursery rhymes backward, skipping 3 times around a lamppost at sunset, and whispering secrets to a snoring cat. Each completed task felt silly, yet with every step, the world around her seemed to shimmer. Buildings softened at the edges, the harsh neon lights dimmed, and the air buzzed with a strange energy. Finally, with a whoosh of wind and a flurry of falling leaves, Anya found herself standing before a massive oak tree, its branches forming a swirling vortex. Taking a deep breath, Anya stepped into the vortex. The world spun, colors blurred, and when she opened her eyes again, she found herself in a breathtaking library unlike any she had ever seen. Towering shelves stretched as far as the eye could see, overflowing with books that seemed to shimmer with an inner light. Anya wandered through the library, drawn to the whispers emanating from the books. Each one held a dream, a child's wish to fly, a musician's unfinished symphony, a writer's untold story. As Anya touched the books, the stories unfolded before her, vivid and real. She learned of a time before screens, where children played in meadows and stories were passed down through generations. She witnessed the power of dreams to inspire and empower, to spark innovation and creativity. Suddenly, a booming voice echoed through the library. A massive stone gargoyle, the guardian of the dreams, materialized before her. He explained that the dreams were fading, forgotten by the screen-obsessed world above. Anya knew what she had to do. She spent days gathering stories, filling her backpack with the forgotten dreams. When she finally returned to the swirling vortex, she emerged back in the bustling city, the book clutched tightly in her hand. Back in her room, Anya used the whispers from the lost library to create her own stories. She wrote tales of fantastical creatures, drew pictures of forgotten lands, and shared them with her friends. Soon, a spark of imagination ignited in the city. Children, tired of screens, started playing outside. Artists found inspiration in forgotten stories. The whispers of lost dreams, carried by Anya, began to weave their magic back into the world. Anya became a bridge between the forgotten and the present, a reminder of the power of imagination. The lost library of whispers, though hidden, remained a beacon of hope, a testament to the enduring human spirit that thrives on dreams, whispers, and stories whispered on the wind.
The Star Thief's Apprentice, a tale of lost constellations. Nestled amongst the rolling hills of Stargazer Valley lived a young boy named Finn. Unlike other children who chased fireflies and climbed trees, Finn dreamt of the stars. He yearned to know their stories, to trace the constellations with his finger, and to explore the vast expanse of the night sky. His grandfather, a grizzled old astronomer with eyes that twinkled like distant galaxies, fueled Finn's curiosity. Every night, they would sit on their porch, a worn star chart spread between them, the grandfather weaving tales of brave heroes and mythical creatures immortalized amongst the stars. One starlit evening, a shooting star streaked across the sky, leaving a trail of shimmering dust. But this wasn't any ordinary shooting star. As it neared the ground, it transformed into a cloaked figure, a star thief. Star thieves, according to old legends, were shadowy creatures who stole constellations from the night sky, leaving behind only blank patches of darkness. Finn watched in horror as the star thief plucked a cluster of stars, leaving behind a gaping hole where the Great Bear once resided. The star thief, sensing Finn's presence, turned his head. To Finn's surprise, the thief wasn't a fearsome monster, but a young boy no older than him, his eyes filled with a desperate longing. "Why are you stealing the stars?" Finn whispered, his voice trembling. The boy, his voice hoarse, explained that his own village, shrouded in perpetual twilight, craved the light of stars. He was desperate to bring them a piece of the night sky. Finn, touched by the story, offered a solution. Instead of stealing constellations, he suggested, "Why don't we create new ones?" The star thief, intrigued, agreed. Together, they embarked on a journey through the night sky, collecting stardust in jars and sketching constellations on star charts. Finn, inspired by his grandfather's stories, created a constellation of a playful squirrel leaping from branch to branch, a tribute to their backyard adventures. The star thief, moved by Finn's kindness, crafted a constellation of a helping hand reaching out, a symbol of his newfound empathy. Finally, they journeyed to the star thief's village. When the villagers saw the newly created constellations glimmering in the sky, a collective gasp arose. The children, awestruck, pointed at the playful squirrel and the helping hand, weaving stories of their own. News of Finn's ingenuity spread like wildfire. People across the land, inspired by his creation, began sketching their own stories onto the canvas of the night sky. Soon, the once stolen constellations were replaced by a dazzling array of new creations, each one a testament to human imagination. The star thief, no longer a thief but an artist, learned the true power of sharing stories. He returned the stolen Great Bear to the night sky and joined Finn in a lifelong quest to illuminate the darkness with the magic of their own creations. Finn, no longer just a dreamer but a star maker, continued to explore the night sky. Every night, he gazed at the constellations, each one a reminder that even the smallest spark of imagination could light up the vast expanse of darkness, creating stories that would twinkle for generations to come.
The Whispering Waterfall and the Lost City of Colors. Deep within the emerald embrace of the Whispering Woods lived Maya, a young artist with a paintbrush for a heart. Unlike other children who played tag and built forts, Maya dreamt of colors, vibrant hues unseen, magical shades whispered on the wind. One scorching afternoon, as the forest shimmered with heat, Maya stumbled upon a hidden path, barely visible beneath a curtain of vines. Curiosity tugging at her heart, she followed the path, its soft crunch underfoot the only sound in the hushed forest. The path led her to a breathtaking sight, a cascading waterfall that seemed to shimmer with an inner light. As the water plunged into a crystal-clear pool, it whispered secrets in a language only Maya seemed to understand. Intrigued, Maya dipped her brush into the pool, and to her astonishment, the water swirled with color, unlike any she had ever seen. It wasn't just blue or green, but a shimmering turquoise that seemed to capture the essence of the whispering waterfall itself. Suddenly, a voice, carried by the wind, echoed through the clearing. "Welcome, seeker of forgotten colors," it whispered. The voice belonged to a wizened old tree spirit, its bark etched with ancient symbols. The tree spirit explained that the waterfall was a portal to a hidden city, the lost city of colors. Its inhabitants, once masters of color creation, had vanished mysteriously, leaving behind only whispers in the wind and their magical pigments hidden within the waterfall. Fueled by an artist's desire to explore and a thirst for the unknown, Maya volunteered to find the lost city. With a wave of the tree spirit's gnarled hand, the cascading water shimmered, revealing a swirling vortex. Taking a deep breath, Maya stepped through, the world dissolving into a kaleidoscope of colors. She emerged in a breathtaking city carved from shimmering crystals. Houses sparkled with shades of amethyst and emerald, streets were paved with golden amber, and flowers bloomed in colors that defied description. But the city was eerily silent, devoid of its creators. Maya spent days exploring the city, collecting pigments from abandoned studios and marveling at forgotten murals. Each color held a memory. A shimmering indigo whispered of a bustling marketplace. A fiery crimson echoed the roar of a long-lost festival, and a gentle lavender spoke of peaceful gardens. As Maya collected the pigments, she realized the city's colors weren't just paints, but emotions, stories, and dreams captured in a single brushstroke. Determined to revive the city's spirit, she began painting murals on the blank walls, a bustling marketplace teeming with life, a vibrant festival bursting with joy, and a peaceful garden filled with the gentle murmur of butterflies. As she painted, the city seemed to come alive. The whispering wind picked up her stories, carrying them through the deserted streets. Slowly, wisps of translucent figures began to appear, drawn by the colors and whispers. They were the spirits of the lost inhabitants, their joy returning as they witnessed their city come alive once more. Maya, no longer just a visitor but a bridge back to their past, had reignited the lost city of colors. She shared her own paints, a mix of the familiar and the fantastical, and together they filled the city with a vibrant tapestry of stories and emotions. With a heavy heart, but a soul filled with the magic of the lost colors, Maya knew it was time to return. The tree spirit guided her back to the whispering waterfall, and with a final wave goodbye, she stepped back into the familiar embrace of the whispering woods. Back home, Maya's paintings took on a new depth. Inspired by the lost city, she infused her art with emotions and stories, creating works that resonated with a newfound power. News of her talent spread, and soon, artists from far and wide flocked to learn from the girl who brought back the lost colors. The whispering waterfall remained a secret, a gateway to a magical realm. But Maya's legacy of color and storytelling lived on, reminding everyone that even the most hidden corners of the world held the potential to inspire and bring joy. All thanks to a young artist who dared to follow a whisper and paint a world unseen.
The runaway rainbow and the quest for harmony. Nestled amidst rolling hills dotted with wildflowers, lived a young cloud named Nimbus. Unlike other clouds content with drifting lazily across the sky, Nimbus dreamt of colors. He yearned to break free from his monotonous white and paint the world in a vibrant tapestry of hues. One sunny morning, as the sun stretched its golden fingers across the horizon, Nimbus felt a strange restlessness. He watched, with a pang of envy, as a magnificent rainbow stretched across the sky, its colors blending seamlessly from fiery red to calming violet. Suddenly, an idea, as bright as a flash of lightning, struck Nimbus. With a mighty puff of air, he inflated himself, straining against the invisible tethers that held him in place. Pop! With a satisfying explosion of air, Nimbus broke free, his fluffy form tumbling towards the unsuspecting world below. He landed with a soft plop in a field of daisies, his white form a stark contrast to the vibrant yellow blooms. Overjoyed by his newfound freedom, Nimbus decided to paint the world himself. He dipped his edges in a nearby stream, hoping to absorb some color, but emerged a dull, muddy gray. Disheartened, Nimbus bounced across meadows, attempting to paint the world with his formless grayness. He turned a field of sunflowers a murky brown, a flock of bluebirds a dull charcoal, and a babbling brook a lifeless slate. The world, once vibrant, became a canvas of despair. Confused and ashamed, Nimbus sought refuge in a towering oak tree. There, he met Luna, a wise old owl with eyes that shimmered like moonlight. Sensing his distress, Luna listened patiently as Nimbus poured out his woes. "Little cloud," Luna hooted softly, "true beauty lies not in a single color, but in the harmony of them all." She explained the magic of rainbows, how they weren't just splashes of color, but a delicate balance of light and water droplets, each color refracting in perfect unison. Inspired by Luna's words, Nimbus realized his mistake. He yearned not to replace the existing colors, but to join them, to contribute his own unique form to the grand symphony of nature's palette. With newfound determination, Nimbus sought guidance from the sun. The sun, a warm, radiant being, explained that clouds weren't meant to paint, but to sculpt. He taught Nimbus how to control his form, to mold himself into shapes that danced with the sunlight, creating shadows and patterns that played upon the landscape. Nimbus practiced for days, shaping himself into playful animals, fluffy castles, and wispy dragons that danced across the sky. He learned to complement the existing colors, providing a canvas of white for the vibrant hues to shine even brighter. The world, once draped in a dull gray, was reborn. The sunflowers, now bathed in dappled sunlight cast by Nimbus' playful shapes, bloomed even brighter. The bluebirds, their colors highlighted by the fluffy white clouds, sang sweeter melodies. And the brook, sparkling with the reflection of nimbus' ever-changing forms, gurgled with renewed joy. Nimbus, no longer a runaway rainbow, became a master sculptor of light and shadow. He learned that true beauty comes not from replacing, but from harmonizing, his white form a perfect complement to the vibrant tapestry of the world. And so, Nimbus continued his journey across the sky, his playful shapes a constant reminder that even the simplest form could contribute to the grand masterpiece of nature's art.
The Clockwork Dragon and the Girl Who Spoke in Rhymes. In a city of whirring gears and clanging metal lived a young inventor named Anya. Unlike other children who played with tinker toys and puzzles, Anya dreamt of fantastical creatures woven from clockwork and powered by imagination. Her workshop, tucked away in a forgotten corner of the city, was a haven of gears, springs, and half-finished inventions. Amongst the cogs and wires stood Anya's most prized creation, a magnificent clockwork dragon. Its body, crafted from polished brass, gleamed under the workshop's dim light. Its wings, intricate mechanisms of oiled silk and steel mesh, lay folded against its back. But the dragon lacked one crucial element, the heart. Anya envisioned a heart powered by dreams, a fiery core that would imbue the dragon with life and spirit. But how could one capture a dream, let alone use it to power a machine? Disheartened, Anya slumped against her workbench, a familiar rhyme forming on her lips, a habit she couldn't quite shake. Cogs may turn and gears may grind, but a dreamless heart is hard to find. Suddenly, a voice echoed from a dusty corner of the workshop. A voice filled with whispers and forgotten rhymes. It belonged to an old automaton, a fortune-teller robot powered by antique coins. A dream's essence lies not in the mind, the automaton rasped, its gears whirring, but in the words that set it free, in the rhymes that bind. Intrigued, Anya pored over dusty tomes on forgotten languages and ancient poems. She discovered that each rhyme held a sliver of a dream, a fragment of imagination woven into words. She meticulously collected these rhymes, each one a tiny spark waiting to be ignited. Finally, Anya had everything she needed. With a trembling hand, she placed the collected rhymes into a specially crafted chamber within the clockwork dragon's chest. As she turned the key, the workshop filled with a soft hum. The gears in the dragon's chest whirred to life, and a gentle puff of smoke emerged from its metallic nostrils. The clockwork dragon blinked its ruby-red eyes, its polished brass body shimmering in the dim light. It let out a puff of steam, a soft purr vibrating through its metal frame. Anya had created a living creature, a mechanical marvel powered by the magic of dreams captured in rhyme. Together, Anya and the clockwork dragon soared through the city's steel canyons. The dragon, fueled by Anya's endless stream of rhymes, breathed fantastical creatures into existence, griffins with gears for wings, pixies with clockwork wings that sprinkled dreams onto the city below. News of Anya's creation spread like wildfire. People, tired of the monotonous rhythm of gears and cogs, flocked to witness the magic of dreams take flight. Anya, inspired by their enthusiasm, began weaving stories into her rhymes, stories of hope, courage, and adventure. The once grey city, now dotted with dancing clockwork creatures and sprinkled with shimmering dreams, became a vibrant tapestry of imagination. The clockwork dragon, no longer just a machine, became a symbol of the power of dreams, a reminder that even in the heart of metal and gears, a spark of creativity could bring forth wonder and delight. Anya, the girl who spoke in rhymes, continued to create, fueled by the endless well of human imagination. She proved that dreams weren't just fleeting wisps, but powerful tools capable of turning even the most mundane into something extraordinary. And so, the city, once a symphony of gears, became a chorus of rhymes, a testament to the enduring power of a young inventor and her clockwork dragon powered by dreams.
The Baker's Dozen, a tale of missing magic and friendship. In the heart of Sugarplum Village, nestled amongst gingerbread houses and streets paved with candy, lived a young baker named Maisie. Unlike other children who devoured sugary treats with reckless abandon, Maisie dreamt of magic. She yearned to bake more than just cookies and cakes. She craved the secret ingredient that made her grandmother's creations legendary, a sprinkle of pure enchantment. Her grandmother, Nana Coco, with a warm smile and flour-dusted apron, was the village's most revered baker. Her magical pastries weren't just delicious, they brought a touch of wonder to everyone's day. A bite of her sunshine scones could brighten the gloomiest day, and a slice of her moonbeam pie could induce the sweetest dreams. But lately, the magic in Nana Coco's baking had begun to fade. Her pastries, once imbued with a subtle shimmer, looked ordinary, and their effects waned. The villagers, used to a life sprinkled with enchantment, grew worried. Determined to revive the magic, Maisie embarked on a quest. Nana Coco, her voice weak but her eyes twinkling with mischief, whispered a secret: the magic resided in the baker's dozen, not 13 pastries, but a magical ingredient hidden within the village. Armed with only a cryptic riddle, seek not in flour, nor sugar's gleam, but where laughter flows, a babbling stream, Maisie set out. She followed the laughter of children playing by the village fountain, hoping it held the key. To her disappointment, she found nothing but mudded coins and a rusty swing set. Disheartened, she slumped by the Sugarplum River, its gentle gurgle a soothing melody. As she watched a group of ducks waddle past, a flash of light caught her eye. There, nestled amongst the reeds, lay a luminous pearl, shimmering with an otherworldly glow. Suddenly, the riddle clicked into place. Laughter flowed, not from the playing children, but from the babbling river itself. Overjoyed, Maisie raced back to the bakery, the pearl clutched tightly in her hand. Nana Coco, her eyes widening with recognition, explained that the pearl was a crystallized teardrop of a joy fairy, a creature known to imbue laughter with a touch of magic. It had somehow gotten lost in the river. With trembling hands, Nana Coco added the pearl to her next batch of pastries. As she baked, the air shimmered with a soft light, and the familiar scent of magic filled the bakery. When the pastries emerged, they glowed with a subtle luminescence. The next morning, the villagers gathered eagerly at the bakery. As they took their first bites, smiles bloomed on their faces. The sunshine scones chased away the morning chill, and the moonbeam pie filled them with a sense of peaceful contentment. The magic had returned, stronger than ever. Maisie, hailed as a hero, realized that the true magic wasn't in the pearl itself, but in the love and joy poured into every creation. She continued to bake alongside Nana Coco, their laughter echoing through the bakery, a testament to the power of friendship, a dash of bravery, and a baker's dozen filled with love. From then on, the sugar plum village thrived on more than just sugar. It thrived on the magic woven into every pastry, a constant reminder that even the smallest act of kindness, like a pearl retrieved from a river, could bring a touch of wonder to the world.
The Great Seed Race, a sprout of hope in a barren land. In the shadow of the whispering peaks, where the wind sang mournful dirges, lay the barren lands. Once a verdant paradise, the land had succumbed to a mysterious blight, leaving behind a desolate expanse of cracked earth and skeletal trees. Here lived a young girl named Elara, a wisp of a child with eyes the color of the forgotten sky. Unlike other children who played with pebbles and chased dust devils, Elara dreamt of life. She yearned to see the barren lands bloom once more, to witness the return of vibrant flowers and the rustle of leaves in the wind. Her only hope lay in a faded scroll passed down through generations, a cryptic map leading to the legendary seed vault, a hidden repository of seeds untouched by the blight. The scroll spoke of a perilous journey, a series of challenges guarded by the spirits of the land. Fueled by a desperate hope, Elara embarked on her quest. With only her backpack full of scavenged rations and a heart brimming with determination, she followed the map's cryptic clues. She navigated through fields of whispering sand, outsmarted a grumpy rock troll guarding a narrow gorge, and deciphered riddles whispered by the wind itself. Finally, after days of relentless pursuit, Elara reached a towering rock face etched with ancient symbols. As she traced the symbols with her finger, a hidden doorway materialized, leading into a cavern bathed in an ethereal glow. Inside, nestled amongst glowing crystals, lay an incredible sight, the seed vault. Rows upon rows of jars, filled with seeds of every imaginable shape and size, shimmered with a faint inner light. Each seed held the potential for life, a promise of a future where the barren lands bloomed once more. But just as Elara reached for a jar, the cavern floor trembled. A booming voice echoed through the chamber. It belonged to the guardian of the seeds, a colossal being formed from swirling dust and wind. "Why do you seek the seeds, child?" the guardian boomed. "The barren lands are cursed, destined to remain desolate forever." Elara, her voice trembling, spoke of her dream of a land reborn, a place where the wind sang songs of hope instead of despair. The guardian, seemingly unmoved, offered Elara a challenge, a great seed race. She, along with 3 other children chosen from the barren lands, would compete in a series of trials testing their knowledge, courage, and understanding of the land. The winner would be allowed to return to their village with a single seed, a spark of hope for the future. The race was grueling. They raced across treacherous landscapes, deciphered riddles carved into ancient ruins, and calmed raging sandstorms with songs of forgotten melodies. Elara, though small in stature, proved to be a formidable competitor, her unwavering determination fueled by her dream. Finally, after days of relentless competition, Elara emerged victorious. The guardian, impressed by her spirit, not only awarded her a single seed but a handful, representing different plants vital for a flourishing ecosystem. Elara returned to her village, a hero carrying not just seeds, but a newfound understanding of the land. She shared her knowledge, teaching the villagers forgotten techniques of cultivation and nurturing. Together, they planted the seeds, and with care and devotion, coaxed life back into the barren lands. Slowly, but surely, the land began to heal. Tiny green shoots emerged from the cracked earth, reaching towards the pale sun. Flowers bloomed in vibrant hues, and the wind, no longer mournful, carried the sweet scent of renewal. Ilara, once a dreamer, became a leader, a testament to the power of hope and the unwavering spirit of a child who dared to dream of a green future in a barren land. The Great Seed Race became a legend, a reminder that even in the face of despair, a single seed of hope, nurtured with courage and compassion, could blossom into a world reborn.
The Bookish Dragon and the Whisperer of Stories. In the forgotten corners of a colossal library, nestled amongst towering bookshelves that scraped the vaulted ceiling, lived a peculiar dragon named Ignis. Unlike other dragons who hoarded gold and guarded fiery mountains, Ignis hoarded stories. He yearned to devour every book in the library, to absorb the tales within and unleash them in magnificent puffs of smoke. Ignis wasn't a fearsome beast, but a bookish dragon with scales the color of aged parchment and eyes that shimmered with the reflected glow of countless stories. Unfortunately, his love for stories was a closely guarded secret. Dragons, by tradition, were supposed to be fire-breathing and ferocious, not curled up with a good book. One day, a young apprentice librarian named Anya stumbled upon Ignis' secret chamber. She gasped, not in fear, but in awe. A dragon surrounded by books? It was a sight that defied every legend she had ever read. Instead of screaming, Anya did something extraordinary. She started talking to Ignis. She spoke of her love for stories, of the way they transported her to fantastical worlds and introduced her to fascinating characters. To Ignis' surprise, Anya wasn't afraid of him. In fact, she shared his passion for the written word. They spent days discussing their favorite tales, debating the merits of different characters, and losing themselves in the magic of woven narratives. Anya discovered that Ignis couldn't actually read. He could absorb stories through physical contact, but the true essence, the emotions and nuances, eluded him. Anya, with her love for storytelling, became his bridge to the written word. She started reading aloud to Ignis, her voice weaving tales of brave knights, cunning wizards, and fantastical creatures. As she read, Ignis would puff out puffs of smoke that shimmered with the emotions of the story. Joyous yellow smoke for moments of triumph, swirling blue smoke for scenes of sadness, and fiery red smoke for battles. News of the storytelling sessions spread through the library. Soon, other librarians and scholars gathered to witness the spectacle. Ignis, once a shy bookworm, blossomed into a magnificent storyteller. He would breathe out elaborate smoke illustrations, acting out scenes with surprising agility, while Anya narrated with theatrical flair. The library, once a silent repository of knowledge, became a vibrant stage for stories. People flocked from far and wide to witness the bookish dragon and the whisperer of stories bring tales to life in a way never seen before. Ignis, no longer a lonely hoarder of stories, became a beacon of imagination. He used his newfound fame to advocate for the importance of libraries and storytelling. Anya, his partner in this extraordinary adventure, became a renowned storyteller herself, her voice forever intertwined with the mesmerizing smoke illustrations of the bookish dragon. Together, They prove that stories weren't just words on a page, but living, breathing entities capable of igniting emotions, sparking imaginations, and bringing even the most fantastical creatures together in a shared love for the magic woven between the covers of a book.
The Star-Eyed Painter and the Lost City of Music. In a bustling port city where salty winds sang shanties and ships swayed like drunken giants, lived a young artist named Luca. Unlike other children who chased pigeons and played hide and seek amongst towering masts, Luca dreamt of music. He yearned to capture its essence on his canvas, to paint melodies that danced with colors and harmonies that shimmered with light. One starlit night, while sketching the moonlit harbor, Luca noticed a peculiar ship gliding silently into port. It wasn't made of wood or iron, but shimmered with an otherworldly luminescence, its sails billowing like sheets of moonlight. Curiosity tugging at his heart, Luca followed a lone figure who disembarked, an old sailor with eyes that twinkled like distant stars. The sailor, sensing Luca's artistic spirit, introduced himself as Captain Cadence. He spoke of a hidden city, the lost city of music, where music wasn't just heard, but seen, felt, and even tasted. Intrigued beyond measure, Luca readily agreed to join Captain Cadence on his next voyage. The journey was long and perilous, filled with treacherous storms and encounters with playful dolphins who sang haunting melodies. Finally, after weeks at sea, they arrived at a breathtaking sight, a city built entirely from shimmering seashells and coral. Streets pulsed with vibrant rhythms, buildings sang in operatic voices, and flowers bloomed in melodies that echoed on the wind. The city's inhabitants, called the Melodians, welcomed Luca with open arms. They explained that their city thrived on the essence of music, captured from the songs of whales and the whispers of the waves. But a dark magic had shrouded their city, silencing their music and dimming their vibrant colors. Luca, touched by their plight, knew he had to help. He realized the Melodians couldn't see music, they felt it. So, he began painting their stories, the crashing waves that formed their homes, the playful dolphins that were their companions, and the vibrant coral that reflected their city's soul. As he painted, the city came alive. The vibrant colors on his canvas resonated with the city's essence, reigniting the music that flowed through its very core. Buildings hummed forgotten melodies, flowers bloomed in vibrant harmonies, and the streets pulsed with a renewed rhythm. The grateful Melodians, their city restored to its former glory, showered Luca with gifts. They presented him with a special paintbrush, imbued with the essence of their music. With this brush, Luca could not just paint melodies, but make them audible. Luca returned home a changed artist. His paintings weren't just visual feasts, but symphonies for the soul. Each brushstroke resonated with the essence of music, transporting viewers to the lost city and the joy of the Melodians. News of his extraordinary talent spread like wildfire. People flocked to his exhibitions, mesmerized by the paintings that sang, whispered, and roared with emotion. Luca, the star-eyed painter, became a bridge between the worlds, forever reminding everyone that art, like music, had the power to transcend borders, ignite emotions, and paint a world where even the most fantastical melodies could be seen and felt.
The Clockmaker's Daughter and the Disappearing Time. In a quaint village nestled amongst rolling hills where time seemed to tick by at a leisurely pace, lived a curious girl named Elara. Unlike other children who chased butterflies and climbed trees, Elara dreamt of the unknown, the vast expanse of time beyond the rhythmic tick-tocking of her father's clocks. Her father, a renowned clockmaker with a workshop filled with gears and chimes, spent his days meticulously crafting intricate timepieces. Elara, his constant companion, would listen in awe as he spoke of the delicate balance of springs and pendulums, the magic that made time tangible. One day, a strange occurrence befell the village. Time began to disappear in sporadic bursts. Minutes would vanish like wisps of smoke, leaving behind bewildered villagers and half-finished tasks. Elara, the first to notice the anomaly, rushed to her father's workshop. Her father, his brow furrowed in concern, explained a chilling legend. A mythical creature called the chronophage, a devourer of time, was said to roam the land, stealing slivers of time to feed its insatiable hunger. Determined to save her village from the clutches of the chronophage, Elara embarked on a perilous journey. Armed with her father's most intricate pocket watch, a device that could measure the most minute changes in time, she followed the trail of missing moments. Her journey led her through sun-drenched meadows where entire hours had vanished, leaving behind wilting flowers and bewildered butterflies. She climbed treacherous mountains where minutes had been snatched, creating unsettling gaps in the flow of waterfalls. Finally, Elara reached a desolate wasteland where time itself seemed to stand still. There, she found the chronophage, a monstrous creature made of swirling shadows and stolen moments. It fed on the stolen time, its form growing larger and more menacing with every devoured second. Elara, though small in stature, was fearless. She used her father's pocket watch, its rhythmic ticking a beacon of order in the chaos, to distract the chronophage. As the creature lunged at her, Elara opened the watch, revealing its intricate inner workings. The chronophage, mesmerized by the delicate dance of gears and springs, the very essence of captured time, became entranced. It forgot its hunger, its form shrinking as it focused solely on the mesmerizing display. Elara, seizing the opportunity, used the remaining time in the pocket watch, a single, precious minute to create a time loop. Trapped within this loop, the chronophage would be forever focused on the watch's inner workings, unable to steal time again. Elara returned to her village a hero, the stolen time cascading back into existence like a waterfall. The villagers rejoiced, their lives back in sync with the rhythmic tick-tocking of her father's clocks. Elara, the clockmaker's daughter, became a protector of time. She used her knowledge and her father's pocket watch, a constant reminder of her adventure, to monitor the flow of time, ensuring that no more moments would be devoured by the forgotten shadows of the chronophage. And so, the village nestled amongst the rolling hills continued its peaceful existence, forever grateful for the curious girl who dared to venture into the unknown, the girl who saved them from the disappearing time.
The whispering wind, and the weaver of dreams. In a village nestled amidst towering banyan trees, where whispers carried on the wind held the secrets of the past, lived a young girl named Maya. Unlike other children who played tag and built sandcastles, Maya dreamed of dreams. She yearned to understand the wispy threads that wove the stories that danced in her mind each night. Her grandmother, Nanny Anya, with eyes like pools of moonlight and hands gnarled with age, was the village's revered dream weaver. Using moonbeams and spider silk, she crafted dream catchers that filtered nightmares and nurtured peaceful slumber. One day, a strange silence settled over the village. The wind, once vibrant with whispers and stories, felt eerily still. Dreams, once vivid and fantastical, became dull and repetitive. The villagers, sleep-deprived and confused, sought Nanny Anya's help. Nanny Anya, her voice weak but her spirit strong, revealed a chilling truth. The dream weaver of the shadows, a malevolent entity who thrived on stolen dreams, had cast a spell, silencing the wind and trapping vibrant dreams in his shadowy realm. With Nanny Anya too frail for the journey, the responsibility fell upon Maya. Fueled by a fierce love for her village and a fascination with dreams, Maya embarked on a quest to the land of shadows, a desolate realm shrouded in perpetual twilight. Her only guide was a single, pulsating dream catcher gifted by Nanny Anya. As she journeyed, the dream catcher resonated, weaving a path of shimmering light through the oppressive darkness. Along the way, she encountered lost fragments of dreams, a playful puppy's joyful bark, a child's triumphant laughter. Maya captured them within the dream catcher, their faint glow strengthening her resolve. Finally, she reached the heart of the land of shadows, a towering obsidian castle where the dream weaver resided. He was a shadowy figure, his eyes glowing with an unnatural hunger. He scoffed at Maya, a mere child, but the dream catcher pulsed with defiance, its captured fragments shimmering like forgotten stories. Maya, remembering Nanny Anya's teachings, realized the dream weaver craved darkness. With a deep breath, she released the captured dreams into the air. The fragments burst forth, filling the castle with vibrant colors and forgotten stories. Laughter echoed through the halls, chasing away the shadows. Overwhelmed by this sudden assault of emotions and joy, the dream weaver faltered. The spell on the wind shattered, and a gentle breeze carrying whispers and stories filled the castle. Dreams, revitalized and free, streamed back into the village, restoring peaceful slumber to the villagers. The dream weaver, weakened by the light, retreated deeper into the shadows. Maya, hailed as a hero, returned home with the wind singing her praises. Nanny Anya, filled with pride, proclaimed Maya the next dream weaver. Together, Maya and Nanny Anya continued to weave dream catchers, ensuring peaceful nights and nurturing vibrant dreams. The village, forever grateful, learned the importance of dreams, not just for sleep, but for the stories they carried, the whispers of hope, and the magic that bloomed within the mind each night. And so, the wind continued to sing, carrying not just the secrets of the past, but the fantastical stories woven by the young weaver of dreams.
The Moonlight Baker and the Lost City of Spice. In the bustling heart of Spice Market Alley, where fragrant clouds swirled and exotic ingredients filled the air, lived a young baker named Kieran. Unlike other children who devoured sugary treats and candied fruits, Kieran dreamt of forgotten flavors. He yearned to recreate the legendary dishes whispered in his grandmother's stories, dishes imbued with a magic that tantalized the taste buds and transported the soul. His grandmother, Nanny Amara, a woman with eyes that sparkled like cinnamon and a laugh that chimed like wind chimes, was the market's most respected spice merchant. Her stall, a treasure trove of aromatic wonders, attracted chefs from all corners of the land. One starlit night, while sifting through a shipment of newly arrived spices, Nanny Amara stumbled upon a peculiar map, its parchment aged and its edges singed. The map depicted a hidden city, the lost city of spice, a place where spices weren't just ingredients, but living entities, imbued with the essence of forgotten flavors. Intrigued, Kieran and Nanny Amara decided to embark on a quest to find this legendary city. Their journey took them through scorching deserts where the wind tasted of ginger and sun-baked earth, and across treacherous mountain passes where the air crackled with the sharp tang of lemongrass. Finally, guided by the map and the constellations shimmering in the night sky, they arrived at a hidden valley veiled in a shimmering mist. As they entered, the mist swirled, revealing a breathtaking sight, the lost city of spice. Buildings shimmered with the colors of turmeric and saffron. Streets flowed with rivers of melted chocolate, and the air vibrated with the intoxicating aroma of 1,000 spices. The city's inhabitants, the spice weavers, welcomed Kieran and Nanny Amara with open arms. They explained that their city thrived on the harmony of flavors, a balance disrupted by a malevolent shadow that had stolen the essence of some of their most precious spices. Determined to help, Kieran, inspired by the vibrant city and the stories woven into the very air, decided to recreate the stolen spices. But these weren't ordinary spices. They were emotions and memories captured in flavor. He spent days working alongside the spice weavers, coaxing stories from them, the warmth of cloves that evoked family gatherings, the fiery kick of chilies that whispered of courage, and the sweet comfort of vanilla that spoke of childhood memories. With each story, Kieran meticulously blended real spices, imbuing them with the captured emotions. Slowly, the recreated spices shimmered with an inner light, pulsating with the essence they were meant to hold. As Kieran presented the recreated spices to the city, a wave of joy rippled through the lost city. The stolen flavors, awakened by the stories woven into their essence, returned to their rightful places. The city, once shrouded in a dull haze, exploded with vibrant colors and the most intoxicating aromas imaginable. News of Kieran's feat spread like wildfire. He became known as the Moonlight Baker, his creations not just pastries but flavor-infused stories that danced on the tongue and touched the soul. People from far and wide flocked to Spice Market Alley, eager to experience the magic Kieran wove with flour, sugar, and the essence of 1,000 forgotten flavors. Kieran, forever grateful to the lost city of spice, continued to create. He used his newfound knowledge to elevate even the simplest dishes into culinary masterpieces, each bite a story waiting to be savored. And so, Spice Market Alley continued to be a symphony of aromas, a testament to the young moonlight baker who unlocked the magic of flavor and the stories whispered by the wind and the stars.
The messenger of clouds and the boy who spoke to rain. High atop a mountain peak, shrouded in perpetual mist, lived a young boy named Kale. Unlike other children who played tag and built forts, Kale dreamt of the clouds. He yearned to understand their language, the whispers carried on the wind, the stories woven in their ever-changing shapes. His grandfather, a wizened old man with eyes as blue as the summer sky and a beard that resembled a storm cloud, was the last remaining cloud shepherd. Using an ancient horn carved from a rare crystal, he could communicate with the clouds, guiding them to bring rain to parched lands and chase away destructive storms. But lately, the clouds had grown restless. They swirled and churned, muttering amongst themselves in an unknown language. The once reliable rains became erratic, causing floods in some regions and leaving others parched. Kale, deeply worried about the suffering below, begged his grandfather to teach him the language of the clouds. The old man, hesitant at first, relented. He spent days teaching Kale the dialect of wind, the rhythm of thunder, and the symbolism of cloud shapes. One particularly stormy day, a monstrous storm cloud, its form twisted and angry, descended upon a nearby village. Lightning crackled, and thunder roared with fury. Kale knew he had to act. Armed with his grandfather's crystal horn and his newfound knowledge, he climbed the treacherous mountain path. As he reached the peak, the wind howled, and the angry cloud loomed above. Taking a deep breath, Kale raised the horn to his lips and blew. A melody, unlike anything ever heard before, echoed through the sky. It was a song of worry, of the fear gripping the villages below, of the thirst of the land. The angry cloud paused, its form shifting in response to the melody. Kale continued, weaving a story of cooperation, of the delicate balance between humans and nature. He spoke of the parched fields and the fear in children's eyes. Slowly, the cloud began to change. Its dark, angry form softened, transforming into fluffy white shapes that resembled animals and flowers. The rain it contained, once a torrent of destruction, turned into a gentle drizzle, perfect for nurturing the land. News of Kale's feat spread like wildfire. He became known as the messenger of clouds, a bridge between humans and the sky. He traveled the land, his crystal horn guiding lost clouds and ensuring the rains fell where they were needed most. Kale, forever grateful to his grandfather, continued to learn the language of the clouds. He understood that the clouds weren't just weather systems, but living beings with emotions and stories to tell. And so, the mountains echoed with the song of the crystal horn, a testament to the boy who spoke to rain and ensured harmony between the world below and the vast, ever-changing canvas of the sky. The Starteller and the Stolen Constellations. In a village nestled beneath a sprawling desert sky, where stories shimmered like constellations, lived a young girl named Zara. Unlike other children who chased desert hares and played hide-and-seek amongst sand dunes, Zara dreamt of stars. She yearned to understand their ancient language, the tales whispered in their twinkling light, the secrets etched in their constellations. Her grandfather, Baba Sharif, a man with skin weathered like sun-baked earth and eyes that mirrored the Milky Way, was the village's revered Starteller. Each night, he would gather the villagers around a crackling fire, weaving stories from the starlit canvas above. One particularly clear night, as Baba Sharif began his tale, a chilling silence fell. The once vibrant constellations had faded, replaced by a vast emptiness. Panic seized the villagers. Without the guidance of the stars, they were lost in the unforgiving desert. Baba Sharif, his voice strained with worry, explained a terrifying legend. The star devourer, a mythical creature said to roam the celestial plains, had descended, swallowing constellations whole. The villagers needed to find a way to appease it and restore the stars before they were lost forever. Determined to save her village and the stories etched in the stars, Zura volunteered to embark on a perilous quest. Armed with only her grandfather's star chart and a burning curiosity, she ventured into the vast desert, following the faint whispers of celestial winds. Her journey took her through scorching sand dunes where constellations of forgotten heroes shimmered faintly beneath the surface, and across treacherous canyons where echoes of lost stories resonated in the wind. Finally, guided by the star chart and her intuition, Zura reached a swirling vortex of darkness, the star devourer's lair. The creature, a grotesque mass of shadows with eyes that glowed like dying embers, loomed before her. Fear threatened to consume Zura, but then she remembered the stories her grandfather told, tales of bravery, of selflessness, of the enduring power of human spirit. Taking a deep breath, she began to narrate. She wove stories of the constellations, tales of love and loss, of triumph and tragedy, of the dreams and aspirations etched into the very fabric of the stars. Her voice, carried on the celestial wind, resonated within the vortex. The star devourer, momentarily stunned by the sheer power of human stories, faltered. The stolen constellations, stirred by the familiar narratives, began to glow faintly within its dark form. Seizing this opportunity, Zura spoke of the importance of stories, of how they connected people across generations, of how they illuminated the darkness. Her words, infused with passion and truth, resonated deep within the creature. With a deafening roar, the star devourer erupted, spewing forth the stolen constellations back into the night sky. The stars, once again vibrant and alive, glittered in appreciation. The creature itself, seemingly appeased by the stories, retreated back into the celestial void. Zura returned to her village a hero, the constellations shimmering brightly above. Baba Sharif, his eyes filled with pride, declared Zura his successor, the next starteller. Together, they continued to weave stories under the vast desert sky, ensuring the constellations remained not just celestial bodies, but repositories of human stories, a testament to the young starteller who reminded everyone of the power of narrative to bridge the gap between the earthly and the celestial. And so, the villagers continued to gather around the crackling fire, their eyes fixed on the starlit canvas, forever grateful for the girl who brought back the stories whispered in the twinkling light. The Cartographer of Dreams and the Lost City of Lullaby. In a bustling port city where ships carried not just cargo but whispers of faraway lands, lived a young cartographer named Luca. Unlike other children who chased pigeons and climbed rigging, Luca dreamt of dreams. He yearned to map the fantastical landscapes of the subconscious, the winding paths of nightmares, and the serene havens of peaceful slumber. His grandfather, Captain Marco, a weathered sailor with eyes that held the glint of 1,000 stars and a map room overflowing with fantastical charts, was a renowned explorer. But his most prized possession, a tattered map titled The Lost City of Lullaby, remained a mystery. Legends spoke of the Lost City, a place where dreams manifested as tangible landscapes, and lullabies held the power to shape reality. However, its location remained shrouded in secrecy. One stormy night, while poring over the map, Luca noticed a peculiar inscription hidden within its folds, a sequence of musical notes. Intrigued, Luca played the notes on a dusty recorder he found in his grandfather's collection. The room shimmered, and a swirling vortex of colors materialized in the corner. Curiosity overcoming his fear, Luca stepped through, the world dissolving into a kaleidoscope of dreams. He found himself in a breathtaking city constructed entirely of clouds and stardust. Luminous flowers bloomed lullabies, streets shimmered with the echoes of forgotten dreams, and whimsical creatures danced to the rhythm of snoring. The city's inhabitants, the dream weavers, welcomed Luca with open arms. They explained that the city was under threat. The Nightmare King, a malevolent entity who thrived on fear, had kidnapped their lullaby singers, plunging the city into a perpetual state of unease. Determined to help and fueled by his fascination with dreams, Luca offered his skills. He used his cartography tools, imbued with the magic of the lost city, to map the Nightmare King's domain, a labyrinthine fortress constructed from children's screams and forgotten anxieties. Armed with the map and a newfound courage, Luca ventured into the heart of the nightmare realm. The landscape shifted and morphed, monstrous creatures born from fears materialized, and chilling whispers echoed through the air. But Luca persevered, his determination fueled by the stories etched onto his magical map, stories of resilience, of facing fears, and of the power of dreams to conquer darkness. He finally reached the Nightmare King's throne room, a place devoid of color and sound. The Nightmare King, a shadowy figure with eyes that glowed like embers, loomed before him. But Luca, undeterred, began to sing. He sang lullabies his grandmother used to sing, melodies filled with love and comfort. His voice, resonating with the essence of the lost city, echoed through the throne room. The Nightmare King recoiled, his form weakening as the soothing melodies washed over him. The kidnapped lullaby singers, held captive within the shadows, stirred, their voices joining Luca's in a harmonious chorus. Overwhelmed by the power of dreams and the beauty of lullabies, the Nightmare King vanished, and his fortress crumbled. Luca, triumphant, led the lullaby singers back to the lost city. News of his bravery spread like wildfire. He became known as the cartographer of dreams, a bridge between the waking world and the fantastical realm of dreams. People from afar sought his guidance, navigating the landscapes of their own subconscious with the help of his enchanted maps. Luca, forever grateful to the lost city, continued his work. He not only mapped dreams but also used his knowledge to help people conquer their fears and unlock the power of their subconscious. And so, the bustling port city continued to hum with stories, a testament to the young cartographer who charted the uncharted, reminding everyone that even the most fantastical dreams could hold the key to a peaceful slumber and a braver reality.
The Alchemist's Apprentice and the Lost Melody of Nature. In a hidden valley veiled in mist, where ancient trees whispered secrets and bubbling springs sang forgotten songs, lived a curious young girl named Ilara. Unlike other children who chased fireflies and built fairy houses, Ilara dreamt of nature's harmony. She yearned to understand the language of the wind, the rhythm of the rain, the symphony woven by all living things. Her mentor was Alora, a woman with eyes as green as moss and fingers calloused from years of tending to her fantastical garden. Alora wasn't just a gardener, she was an alchemist, a master of coaxing harmony from the very essence of nature. One day, a chilling silence descended upon the valley. The vibrant colors of the flowers dulled, the once playful breeze turned stagnant, and the bubbling springs fell silent. The enchanting melody of nature, a constant background hum, had vanished. Alora, her brow furrowed with concern, explained a devastating curse. The discordant, a malevolent entity who thrived on disharmony, had cast a spell, silencing the natural world. Without the melody, the delicate balance of the valley would crumble. Determined to save her home and restore the music of nature, Ilara volunteered to venture into the blighted woods, the discordant's domain. Armed with Alora's alchemical compass, which pointed not to north but to the source of natural harmony, and a pouch filled with Alora's concoctions, Ilara embarked on her perilous journey. Her path took her through twisted forests where thorny vines snarled and the air crackled with discordant sounds. She encountered mutated creatures, their once natural melodies replaced by screeching howls and jarring growls. Following the compass's ever-shifting needle, Ilara reached a desolate clearing in the heart of the forest. There stood the discordant, a monstrous entity formed from dissonant sounds and chaotic whispers. Undeterred, Ilara used the concoctions from Alora, a vial of chirping cricket's essence, a pouch of fragrant blooming night jasmine, and a vial of babbling brook water. She poured them onto the ground, releasing their essence into the air. The clearing exploded with a symphony of sound, the chirping crickets, the sweet perfume of jasmine, and the gentle gurgle of the brook. The chaotic energy of the discordant faltered as it was confronted with this unexpected harmony. Ilara, emboldened, began to sing. She sang of the rustling leaves in the wind, the buzzing of bees amongst flowers, the rhythmic patter of raindrops. Her voice, filled with a deep love for nature's melody, resonated through the clearing. Slowly, the discordant's form began to shimmer and shrink. The stolen melody of the valley, awakened by Ilara's song and the bottled essences, began to weave its way back into the blighted woods. The once twisted trees straightened, vibrant colors returned to the flowers, and the springs bubbled with renewed life. Ilara returned a hero, the melody of nature echoing through the valley once more. Alora, her eyes sparkling with pride, declared Ilara her successor, the next protector of nature's harmony. Together, they continued their work, nurturing the valley and tending to its delicate balance. Ilara, the alchemist's apprentice, became a bridge between humans and nature, ensuring the symphony of life continued to play, a testament to the young girl who reminded everyone of the power of song to heal the discordant and restore the natural world to its harmonious state.
The Keeper of Whispers and the Symphony of the Deep. In a quaint village nestled by the whispering sea, where salty air carried secrets on the wind, lived a young girl named Amara. Unlike other children who built sandcastles and chased seagulls, Amara dreamt of the ocean's depths. She yearned to understand the symphony of the waves, the language of the creatures that dwelled in the inky darkness, and the stories whispered by the ancient coral reefs. Her grandfather, Silas, a weathered fisherman with eyes as blue as the summer sky and hands gnarled from years at sea, was the village's revered keeper of whispers. He wasn't just a fisherman. He possessed the unique ability to hear the whispers of the ocean, using them to navigate treacherous currents and predict impending storms. One day, an unsettling silence fell over the once vibrant sea. The rhythmic crashing of waves ceased, replaced by an eerie stillness. The colorful fish vanished, and the playful dolphins no longer danced in the frothing water. The villagers, dependent on the ocean's bounty, grew fearful. Silas, his brow furrowed in concern, explained a chilling legend. The devourer of songs, a monstrous entity said to lurk in the deepest trenches, had awakened. It fed on the ocean's melodies, its hunger causing the silence and driving away all sea life. Determined to save her village and restore the ocean's symphony, Amara volunteered to venture into the uncharted depths. Armed with her grandfather's enchanted seashell, a relic that amplified the whispers of the sea, and a lantern fueled by bioluminescent algae, Amara descended into the inky abyss. Her journey took her through bioluminescent forests where luminous jellyfish pulsed with an eerie glow, and across vast, desolate plains littered with the bleached skeletons of sea creatures. The silence was deafening, broken only by the faint, distorted whispers carried on the currents. Finally, guided by the amplified whispers in her seashell, Amara reached a swirling vortex of darkness, the devourer's lair. The creature, a grotesque amalgamation of bioluminescent plankton and razor-sharp teeth, loomed before her. Fear threatened to consume Amara, but then she remembered her grandfather's stories. Tales of the ocean's resilience, of the creatures that thrived in the darkness, and of the beauty hidden within the depths. Taking a deep breath, she began to sing. She sang of the crashing waves, the playful whispers of dolphins, the haunting calls of whales, and the rhythmic clicks of bioluminescent creatures. Her voice, infused with a deep love for the ocean's melody, resonated through the darkness. The devourer, momentarily stunned by this unexpected symphony, faltered. The stolen songs of the ocean, awakened by Amara's voice, began to stir within its dark form. As she sang, vibrant coral reefs sprouted from the barren seabed, and schools of colorful fish, drawn by the familiar melodies, returned. With a deafening roar, the devourer erupted, spewing forth the stolen songs in a dazzling display of bioluminescence. The ocean floor shimmered with color, the waves resumed their rhythmic crashing, and the symphony of the deep roared back to life. Amara returned to her village a hero, the ocean's melody echoing in every crashing wave and playful dolphin call. Silas, his eyes filled with pride, declared Amara his successor, the next keeper of whispers. Together, they continued to listen to the ocean's whispers, ensuring the delicate balance of the deep remained intact. Amara, the keeper of whispers, became a bridge between humans and the sea, forever reminding everyone of the power of song to heal the silent and restore the ocean's magnificent symphony.
The Weaver of Time and the Lost Tapestry. In a bustling marketplace where time itself seemed to hum with the rhythm of bartering and haggling, lived a young girl named Anya. Unlike other children who chased pigeons and played hide-and-seek amongst stalls, Anya dreamt of time. She yearned to understand its intricate patterns, the threads that wove the past, present, and future into a grand tapestry. Her grandmother, Nani Amora, with eyes that held the wisdom of centuries and hands that moved with the grace of a seasoned weaver, was the market's most respected time weaver. Using a loom older than time itself, she wove intricate tapestries that not only depicted history, but could also influence the flow of time, ensuring balance and harmony. One day, a chilling stillness descended upon the market. The once vibrant buzz of activity faded, replaced by an unsettling silence. Clocks stopped ticking, calendars remained frozen, and the marketplace became a stagnant tableau. Nani Amora, her face etched with worry, explained a cataclysmic event. The Weaver of Shadows, a malevolent entity who thrived on chaos, had stolen the tapestry of time, the very fabric that held the threads of history together. Without it, time would unravel, plunging the world into an endless void. Determined to save the world and restore the flow of time, Anya volunteered to venture into the Shadow Realm, the Weaver of Shadows domain. Armed with Nani Amora's loom needle, imbued with the power of time, and a spool of shimmering thread spun from starlight, Anya stepped into a swirling vortex of darkness. Her journey took her through desolate landscapes where time stood still, past petrified waterfalls and motionless creatures trapped in eternal moments. She encountered fragmented memories, echoes of forgotten events, swirling like dust devils in the inky darkness. Finally, guided by the faint echoes of time woven within her needle, Anya reached a towering obsidian castle, the Weaver of Shadows' lair. The creature, a wispy entity composed of stolen shadows and forgotten memories, loomed before her. Fear threatened to consume Anya, but then she remembered Nani Amora's teachings. Time wasn't just linear, it was a tapestry woven from countless threads. Taking a deep breath, Anya began to weave. With nimble fingers, she used the starlight thread and the loom needle, weaving stories of the past, tales of bravery, of love, of resilience. As she wove, the fragmented memories in the air began to coalesce, forming a vibrant tapestry depicting the history of the world. The Weaver of Shadows, mesmerized by the beauty and power of woven time, faltered. The stolen tapestry of time, awakened by Anya's creation, shimmered faintly within its shadowy form. Sensing her opportunity, Anya wove the present, the bustling marketplace, the laughter of children, the warmth of family. This act of weaving not just depicted the present, but subtly influenced it, reminding the entity of the beauty and connection that flowed through time. The Weaver of Shadows, overwhelmed by the sheer vibrancy of Anya's tapestry, dissolved into wisps of shadow, returning the stolen tapestry in its entirety. Time, once again anchored by its woven threads, resumed its flow. Anya emerged from the darkness, the tapestry of time safely in her arms. Nani Amora, tears glistening in her eyes, declared Anya the next weaver of time. Together, they continued their work, weaving tapestries not just of history, but of hope, of resilience, and of the interconnectedness of all things throughout time. The bustling marketplace hummed with renewed life, a testament to the young weaver of time who reminded everyone of the power of stories to mend the fabric of time and ensure its continued flow. The Whisperer to Dragons and the Isle of Stardust. In a hidden valley veiled by perpetual mist, where waterfalls sang ancient songs and the wind carried forgotten whispers, lived a young boy named Kale. Unlike other children who climbed trees and chased butterflies, Kale dreamt of dragons. He yearned to understand their fiery language, the stories etched in their shimmering scales, and the secrets whispered on the wind after their mighty wings beat. His grandfather, Corvus, a weathered old man with eyes that mirrored the night sky and a beard that bristled with static electricity, was the last remaining dragon whisperer. He possessed the unique ability to communicate with these majestic creatures, ensuring harmony between humans and dragons in the valley. One day, an unnatural silence fell over the valley. The once vibrant skies, usually patrolled by majestic dragons, remained empty. The wind, no longer carrying their mighty roars, whispered tales of an illness plaguing the dragons, their fire dimmed and their scales dull. Corvus, his voice strained with worry, explained a chilling prophecy. The Isle of Stardust, a legendary volcanic island where dragons bathed in its magical ash to renew their fire, had vanished, shrouded in an impenetrable mist. The dragons, deprived of its life-giving power, were slowly weakening. Determined to save the dragons and restore their fiery breath, Kale volunteered to venture into the treacherous mist. Armed with Corvus's enchanted dragon whistle, crafted from a dragon's shed tear, and a map etched onto a moonstone, Kale embarked on his perilous journey. His trek led him through treacherous mountain passes where the wind sang mournful dirges of lost dragons, and across desolate plains where the remnants of ancient dragon fire lingered as smoldering embers. He encountered lost creatures, driven mad by the dragon's absence, and navigated through treacherous landscapes forever changed by the absence of their fire. Finally, guided by the moonstone map and the faint echo of his whistle, Kale reached the heart of the swirling mist. There, shrouded in an ethereal glow, lay the lost Isle of Stardust, a volcanic island floating in the sky. But a dark entity, a malevolent spirit fueled by the dragon's weakened fire, guarded the island. It snarled and lashed out with tendrils of shadow, seeking to consume the last embers of dragon fire. Fear threatened to consume Kale, but then he remembered the stories his grandfather told, tales of dragon courage, of their fierce loyalty, and of the power of their fire to banish darkness. Taking a deep breath, Kale blew the dragon whistle. The enchanted whistle, resonating with the echoes of 1,000 dragon calls, pierced through the mist. The weakened dragons, stirred by the familiar sound, raised their heads, a faint flicker of fire rekindled in their eyes. Sensing their awakening, Kale spoke, his voice carried on the wind. He spoke of the dragon's importance, of the balance they maintained in the valley, and of the stories they etched onto the sky with their fiery breath. His words, filled with a deep respect for these magnificent creatures, resonated through the mist. The weakened dragons, fueled by Kale's belief and the echoes of the whistle, roared a mighty challenge. Their collective fire, a magnificent display of power, erupted, pushing back the darkness and weakening the malevolent spirit. With a shriek, the entity dissipated, and the Isle of Stardust drifted closer, its volcanic heart pulsating with renewed life. The dragons, invigorated by the magical ash, soared through the newly clear skies, their scales shimmering with renewed health. Kale returned to the valley a hero, the roar of returning dragons echoing through the mountains. Corvus, his eyes filled with pride, declared Kale his successor, the next whisperer to dragons. Together, they continued their work, ensuring harmony between humans and dragons. Kale, forever grateful for the dragon's trust, became a bridge between the two, reminding everyone of the power of communication and respect to restore balance between the fiery breath of dragons and the whispers carried on the wind.
The Baker of Wishes and the Stolen Starlight. In a bustling market square, where the aroma of freshly baked bread mingled with the murmur of excited chatter, lived a young baker named Alara. Unlike other children who played hopscotch and chased pigeons, Alara dreamt of wishes. She yearned to understand the essence of hope, the stories whispered in the rising dough, and the magic that transformed simple ingredients into dreams made tangible. Her grandmother, Nana Anya, a woman with eyes that sparkled like sugar crystals and a smile as warm as a freshly baked pie, was the market's most beloved baker. But her bakery wasn't just known for its delectable treats. It was known for its wish buns, pastries imbued with the power to grant wishes, whispered into the dough as it rose. One starlit night, as Alara helped Nana Anya prepare the wish buns, a chilling darkness descended upon the market. The twinkling stars vanished, replaced by an inky blackness. The once vibrant chatter died down, replaced by a heavy silence. The magic that had always hummed in the air had vanished. Nana Anya, her face etched with worry, explained a terrible curse. The Star Devourer, a mythical creature who thrived on extinguishing hope, had descended, swallowing the starlight and draining the magic from the world. Without wishes, the bakery would lose its magic, and the world would lose its spark. Determined to save the wish buns and restore the starlight, Alara volunteered to venture into the realm of faded dreams, the Star Devourer's domain. Armed with Nana Anya's enchanted rolling pin, imbued with the essence of wishes, and a basket filled with the last batch of wish buns, Alara stepped into a swirling vortex of darkness. Her journey took her through desolate landscapes where forgotten wishes lay scattered like dust, and across treacherous chasms where echoes of lost hope whispered on the wind. She encountered creatures born from despair, their forms twisted and grotesque, and navigated through a world devoid of the warmth of fulfilled wishes. Finally, guided by the faint glow of a single remaining star embedded in her rolling pin. Alara reached a towering obsidian fortress, the Star Devourer's lair. The creature, a monstrous entity composed of stolen starlight and extinguished dreams, loomed before her. Fear threatened to consume Alara, but then she remembered Nana Anya's teachings. Wishes weren't just desires, they were stories of hope, of resilience, and of a brighter tomorrow. Taking a deep breath, Alara began to bake. With nimble fingers, she used the wish-bun dough and her enchanted rolling pin, shaping stories into each pastry. She baked buns filled with dreams of laughter, of community, and of a world where hope reigned supreme. The Star Devourer, momentarily stunned by the aroma of freshly baked wishes, faltered. The stolen starlight, stirred by the familiar essence of hope within the buns, began to flicker faintly within its dark form. Sensing her opportunity, Alara offered the wish buns to the creature. As it devoured them, the stolen starlight erupted from within, showering the realm of faded dreams in a dazzling display of celestial light. Forgotten wishes rekindled, lost dreams shimmered, and the once desolate landscape teemed with the vibrant colors of hope. The Star Devourer, overwhelmed by the sheer power of these wishes, dissolved into wisps of shadow, returning the stolen starlight to the sky. The realm of faded dreams, bathed in celestial light, began to heal. Alara emerged from the darkness, a basket overflowing with wish buns imbued with the power of restored hope. Nana Anya